APC is really bent on ensuring that, Obaseki is left out or taken out of office because right here, Inec has actually submitted and brought forward the form that Obaseki filled back then, and it's been about the form actually. Obaseki said that. In his first term that he was such in a hurry that he just mistakenly filled the day of his graduation for the day of his admission, which has actually caused a lot of this problem that he has today. But this time INEC has decided to tender the evidence before the Federal High Court in Abuja. That is his nomination form of the governor, where the form he actually filled and submitted to the Independent Electoral Commission back then. And guess what is happening now with the case? Anyway, I'll bring you more details to this, but please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please quickly do so, and also hit that notification bell beside the subscribe button, that little bell right there. Hit it so you get updated anytime we drop a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to give us a like. Yes, we would really appreciate it. And don't forget, we're here to give you sizzling, interesting, exciting, authentic, reliable, and trending happenings in Nigeria and more. Yes, let us get into the details of this report, as it says that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on Tuesday tendered in evidence before the Federal High Court in Abuja the nomination form of Governor Godwin Obaseki filled and submitted for the purpose of the governorship election that was held in Edo State on September 19th, 2020. Justice Ahmed Mohammed admitted and marked the document known as Form EC9 along with other attachments that accompanied it as Exhibit PL/2. He dismissed objection that the People's Democratic Party (PDP) raised to query the admissibility of the document, which INEC has summoned to produce before the court in the forgery case and the All Progressive Congress (APC) instituted against Obaseki. The APC had in suit and jointly filed with one of its members in Edo, Mr. Williams Edobo, alleged that Obaseki forged the University of Ibadan degree certificate he submitted to INEC in bid of his disqualification for the election. In the suit marked FHC/B/CS/74/2020, the plaintiff equally alleged that there were discrepancies in the subjects, that is, Obaseki claimed he passed in his West Africa Examination Council, that is, WAEC exam, and subjects in his testimonial. Subsequently, they are praying the court to declare that Obaseki claimed in his INEC form EC9 at column C, sworn to on June 29, 2020 at the Federal Capital Territory High Court Registry to the effect that he obtained from the University of Ibadan in 1979 a Bachelor of Arts degree in classical study is false and contrary to Section 31, subsection 5 and 6 of the Electoral Act in 2010, as well as an order declaring that Obaseki lied on oath when he swore to an affidavit on June 29, 2020, that he worked in Afri Invest Limited from 1994 to 2014 when he retired. Meanwhile, at the resumed hearing of the case on Tuesday following a subpoena that was issued against it on December 23rd, INEC produced a certified true copy (CTC) of Obaseki's nomination form through one of its legal officers, Mr. Samuel Omale. Obaseki's lawyer, Mr. Ken Mozia San, and that of the PDP, Mr. Razak Isenalome, had insisted that Omale, who appeared as the second principal witness in the case, PW2, lacked the capacity to tender the documents in evidence. They argue that under the rules of the court, the Inec official was not supposed to be sworn on oath before the court since he was merely subpoenaed to produce documents and not to tender them as a witness in the matter. Morsi San argued that the PW2 did not file a written witness deposition as required by Order 20 Rule 3 of the Federal High Court rules, adding that the documents were not duly certified as prescribed by the Evidence Act. My lord, ex facia from the document, there is no proof of payment as mandatorily required by Section 104 subsection 1 of the Evidence Act, he added. Similarly, PDP's lawyer, Mr. Razak, argued that the exhibit sought to be tendered was a computer-generated document that was downloaded from INEC's website, contending that it did not meet the requirement of Section 84 of the Evidence Act. He said since it was computer generated, there ought to have been a certificate that was attached to it. On its part, Inec, which is the third defendant in the suit through its lawyer, Mr. M.A. Bauer, said it was not opposed to the admissibility of the document. Responding counsel to the plaintiff, Chief Akin Olujimi San, urged the court to dismiss the objections. I agree that when a witness is appointed to produce a document pursuant to Section 219 of the Evidence Act, that such a person does not become a witness by mere fact that he produced the document and cannot be cross-examined unless and until he is called as a witness. However, the mere fact that a witness was sworn on oath in error does not derogate from the fact that he was merely subpoenaed to produce a document and cannot be subjected to cross-examination, Olujimi submitted. The plaintiff counsel said in the interest of justice, he would not object to the court allowing the defendant to cross-examine the PW2, stressing that the document Inec was subpoenaed to produce was already pleaded by all the parties in the matter. There is no element of surprise here because both the plaintiff, the first and second defendant, are also seeking to rely on the same documents. And of course, they went on and on about the case until, PDP also said that they contended with Ize Yamu, which they said that he is not a valid candidate of the primary election, and also told the court that the indirect primary election had produced Ize Yamu was conducted by Adams Oshiomhole's led executive of the APC, and at that time, he was no longer the chairman. Well, guys, that is it from here. You've heard it all. There's more and more that APC is actually pressing against the governor of Edo State. Where is this going to end? Well, let me hear from you. What do you think about this? Drop it in the comment section. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. To have a pleasant time. Bye for now.